Please mute your microphone, everyone. Today, we just basics about Java. So before going to start learning Java, two questions. One is, what is computer language? And second one is, what is the need of computer language? That is the need of computer language. So first one, what is computer language? What is computer language? It is predefined application. Application, we can also call it as a software. Means what? That software was already ready. So, right? It's a predefined software. It's already ready. What is the software? Software is a set of programs. And what is the program? Program is a set of instructions. Clearly, program, we are going to learn one language, computer language. Computer language is a predefined application that was already ready. That is, we can call it as software. We can call it as software. And next one, that is, we can call it as a predefined software also. Predefined software. What is a software? A set of programs. Why the reason? For example, just consider one software. One software is an operating system or MS Office. MS Office. Can we write a complete program to develop operating system in a single file? That is impossible thing. If you want to develop one application, nothing but if you want to develop one software, number of files you have to use. Suppose if you open means what C drive after installation of operating system, you can see thousands of files. How they will write the code means, for example, for recycle bin, they will write one program. For control panel, they will write one program. For start button, they will write one program. For my computer, they will write one program. Finally, they will combine all these things. Finally, they will combine all these things and provide one software. In the same way, if you take any computer language, either C language, C++, Java, or .NET, if you take any language, all these languages are softwares, nothing but applications ready to use, ready to, and where we are using exactly, where we are using, and what is the purpose of language. So generally, language is for communication purpose. Language is used to communicate. For example, I want to teach you something, right? Then, so why I'm choosing English language? Because every student can easily understand English, can easily understand English language, right? That's why I'm using English. That is general communication. See, for example, so one person, the person we can call it as an object is one person, and this person want to communicate with another person. Generally, persons we can call it as object. One person want to communicate with another person. This is the communication. How communication is possible? How? Using using general languages. Using general languages, what they will use? English, Telugu, and Hindi. General languages they are using. But here, the person want to communicate with a machine. The person want to communicate with machine. But see, when the person want to communicate with the machine, person has to pass all the instructions in machine understandable language. Generally, if one person want to communicate with another person, we are using general languages like English, Telugu, Hindi, general languages we are using. But if person want to communicate with the machine, the person has to use machine language. But what machine can understand? What machine can understands only one and zero. Machine understands only one and zero. Or why the person want to communicate with the machine? Why we need to communicate with the machine? Simple answer. What is the 5 factorial value? 5 factorial, everyone can say easily, it's a 120. And suppose if I ask the next question, what is the factorial of 120? No one can say. No one. And of course, if I give some time to you, then you can calculate and you can tell what is the factorial of 120. This is a factorial of 120. Means what? To perform complex operations. Perform complex operations, right? We can grouper machines. Let's consider calculator. Right? A calculator can perform any calculation. Means what? Any complex calculation. A calculator is a machine. Calculator is a machine. And next one. Then how to interact? If you want to interact with the machine, suppose I want to find the factorial of 120. One program is required. Nothing but set of instructions we need to input. Set of instructions we need to input in machine language. But can anyone write program in binary language means what? No. That is impossible. That is impossible. No one can write. No one can write the instructions in machine language. That is why we are taking the help of high level languages. A person is taking the help of high level language. What are the high level languages? What we are learning, all these are C, C++, Java, .NET, all these are right. One second. C, C++, Java, .NET, we can call it as high level languages. High level languages. Using these languages, if you write the program, we are writing programs. Using these languages to write the program. The program can be understandable by every programmer. Means what? No need to write in binary code. Generally, we are writing a simple program. I am writing addition of two numbers. Now we are writing a equals to 10, b equals to 20. This we are adding a plus b, and finally we are printing the values. We are printing. Right? This is, we can call it as a source code. Source code understandable by programmer only, not by the machine. Programmer. That is the reason why once program is ready, the program we should compile, nothing but we should translate. Using compiler. What is a compiler? Again, compiler is the predefined software. Compiler is the predefined software. So what compiler will do? What compiler will do is it will convert all these instructions into machine code. Means what? It will generate machine code. It will generate machine code. Nothing but whatever the instructions you are writing, all the instructions will be converted into machine code. Now instruction set is ready. This is instruction set for communication. If you pass all these instructions to the computer as an input, then that machine produces output. This is way of communication. Simple. Why we are learning any language, either C language or C++, Java, .NET. This is the main reason. What is the reason? if anyone, for general communication, if one person want to communicate with another person in general life, suppose if I want to talk with you, right, if I want to teach you something, right, I can go for general languages, natural languages like English or Telugu or Hindi, general languages I'm using. But now if I want to communicate with the machine, it is the machine. Sir, why we need to communicate with the machine? Why we need to communicate with the machine means what? Simple answer, this is the one. Just suppose if you want to find out 5 factorial, easily I can calculate. It's a 120. And next one. And suppose if I'm asking, tell me what is the factorial of 120, definitely no one will answer. To perform complex operations, you just consider in general life, we are using ATM. Suppose if ATM facility is not there and I want to withdraw some money from my account, so much process or not? So first we have to approach the bank, right? We need to approach the bank, and in the bank, and so many formalities we have to fill, right? And then we need to stand on the queue. They will give one token. By using the token, we have to wait, and finally you will get your turn, and then we need to get the money. So much process is there. But suppose if you have the, it means what, if ATM facility is there anywhere throughout the world, easily we can collect the money. The simple reason is the machine. Machine makes our task is easy always. That's why people want to interact with the machines in this world. In this world. So that I want to communicate with the machine. But here the problem is, if I want to communicate with you, you know English language. So that is why I am passing instructions in English language. But when I want to communicate with the machine understands only binary language. Nothing but machine understands only 1 and 0. Only two symbols it will understand. Only two symbols it will understand. So can I write the program? Can I write the instructions in machine language means what? That is impossible case. No one in this world can write the program in binary language. That is very hard, much complex. That is why they introduce the concept of high level language. Either C, C++, Java, .NET, all these are comes under high level languages.
Hello.
Right? Using high level language, if you write the program, if you are writing program, the program is looking like English statements or not. All these are English statements only. A equals to 10, B equals to 20, right? C equals to A plus B, and print of C. This is everyone can understand. Yeah, Sandeep, I'll talk with you. Later we'll discuss about doubts, right? Everyone can understand. Everyone. Okay. Means what? Everyone means what? Programmer. Every programmer can understand. But machine cannot understand English instructions, Telugu instructions, right? And Hindi instructions. So that's why after writing the program directly, we cannot run that program. Directly, we can't run that program. We need to convert all those instructions into machine code. Instructions into machine code. So in that case, we need to convert programmer understandable instructions into machine understandable instructions. Who will perform the task? compiler will perform. So what is a compiler? Is it hardware device? No. Compiler is also a predefined software. Is a predefined software. That is also program that is already ready. Predefined software that compiles the application. Compiling means what? Translating, converting high level instructions into low level. And once instruction set is ready, then you can interact with the machine. We are passing all these instructions to the machine, and then machine produces output. This is generally communication. Generally communication. Okay. Just high level language, right? Instruction set is very clear, is to the programmer. Then that language, that instruction set, we can call it as a high level instruction set. This is, and here one more thing is, and one more thing, one more. For example, as a programmer, I am the Java programmer. I am very good in Java. As a Java programmer, I can easily interact with the machine. How? I can write one program and I know how to compile after compilation, and I know how to run. I can rectify any problem if any error has raised, right? I can solve the problem, and so that I can get the output as a programmer. But to interact with the machine, remember, no need to be a programmer. By the reason, see, generally, every time regularly, we are performing money transaction from the ATM. Generally, money transaction. To perform the money transaction, is it necessary to learn any language? C++, Java.NET means no, not required. No need to learn any language. Then how we are communicating? ATM is nothing but a machine. It's a computer. Then how we are communicating with that machine? How we are communicating means, see, as a programmer, as a programmer, as a programmer, we need to provide interfaces. I am the programmer. We are the programmers. What is our task? What we have to do? What we have to do means we need to need to provide interfaces. Sir, what is interface? ATM application is the interface. In the basic knowledge of computer, right? We know the definition of interface. Interface is a mediator between the end user and as well as the background system. It's a mediator, nothing but it is a screen. It is a screen. By using that one, here it is. The person, we can call it as a end user. Sir, who is end user? Who is end user means end user is having no programming knowledge. Nothing. The person don't know what is the C language, and they don't know what is the Java language, what is .NET, all these. No programming knowledge. But still, the end user want to communicate with the machine. How? Whenever we entered into ATM center, what is the first question? Welcome to so and so bank. Like welcome to ICICI bank. First question it will ask, choose one language. Choose one language. How many options it will give? Number of options. For example, English, and next one Telugu, and next one Hindi, and so many options it will give. If you click on English language, all the instructions will come in English language only. That lets you perform your transaction in English only. But how it is communicating with the server and how it is communicating with the database, what is the server and what is the database, slowly you will understand. Your ATM machine every time is connected to server and as well as a database machine also. Database machine is a server where actual ATM application will be running, and this is a database where your accounts information stores permanently. So every ATM machine is internally means what is connected to the database and as well as a server system, right? See, in the ATM application, front-end languages are HTML, CSS, JavaScript, JSON, jQuery, right? Recently, AngularJS came into existence. All these will
Currently, those statements are executed in either separate path. That path is called what? Main thread. Some of these garbage clusters. So internally, I'm deallocating the memory. That is executing in the separate path. That path is called what? Garbage cluster.
wait a minute. Okay. Right? And here, ATM application means what? How it is interacting in the background. That is not required for the end user. That is not required for the end user. For end user, whether transaction is performing perfectly or not, only that much is enough. If the person got the money, the person left, means what? Leave the ATM center. If there is any problem has raised, the person will contact the bank management, and then the bank management will interact with the programmer. Bank management interacts with the programmer. That's it, right? The person will not sit and write the programs in the ATM center. It's not possible. Means what? As a programmer, what is our task? What is our duty? We need to provide nothing but we need to develop applications. Application, we can call it as interface. By using that interface provided by the programmer, by using that interface, every end user can easily interact with the machine without having background knowledge. What is happening in the background? How it is connected to the server? How it is connected to the database? That is not required for the end user, because end user is not having programming knowledge. End user cannot understand any error and all those things. Right? With the help of interface, that end user trying to communicate. So if you want to drive a car, no need to become a mechanic and no need to become a manufacturer of the car. Simply, if you know how to drive the car easily, we can drive the car. That is the case. Interfaces are very, very important. Here, we are developing interfaces only. Interface is nothing but application. Right? It is a terminology.